what happens when we hold on to stress that isn't ours to carry?
So you're talking about like someone else is stressing out and then that just leaks onto you.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, like you get stressed, but it becomes more difficult because I think when the stress is your own, you can do things to like if your job is stressing you out, there's things you can do to calm it down.
Yeah.
But when it's someone else who's stressed out or worried, doing whatever, having a panic attack about something that isn't directly related to you, I think it's worse because you get to that same level of anxiety or stress, but
Mm,
there's a lot less you can do.
yeah.
So then your mood can get affected, right? Like, and you might not even know what's going on because you're
Right.
just letting other people dictate how you're feeling.
Yeah. Do you I get nervous sweats a lot when I stress. I don't know if you sweat often, but I'm
You
known to sweat so much
leak into
so.
everything, right?
Yeah. So much
Yeah.
so that I have a stick of deodorant or a can, like a spray deodorant in
Yeah, he
every
does.
place I
This is
go.
true.
I'm talking in the
I've
car
seen
I
it.
got one, in my backpack I got one, in my
He's put
washroom
it
I got
on
one.
in class before.
Yeah, cause I'm
I've
nervous,
seen
man.
it.
I get stressed. Like even like raising like freaking talk like in our small like fourth year business class, it was like a very intimate group, and like
Mm-hmm.
it felt like a high school
Very.
setting.
It
Um,
did.
and like you wouldn't think I'd get nervous in something like so intimate, like everyone's very friendly. Before class even starts, I'm having to apply because I'm like,
And
oh, if teacher asks
that's
me a
so
question.
that's so interesting because we by the end of that semester, we knew basically everyone in there. In some way or another, you had communicated to virtually everyone in that class. So, what are you getting nervous about? Why are you getting all anxious and developing this stress?
So at the start of the podcast, well, I touched on like this concept of controllables, and I feel like it's important to be mindful that when you're stressed, there's going to be a lot of things that are just out of your control, whether it be like
Mm-hmm.
your environment, how people are going to react based on maybe if you're publicly speaking, like how they're going to react based on what you say. If you're doing
Yeah.
stand up, like if people in the audience are laughing, like, and I think it's important to be mindful of, hey, like you're not going to control everything. So try to take control of the things that are in your control. Like there's no point of worrying about things that are out of your control. And it reminds me of a quote, and this is by I'm gonna mispronounce his name, but he was a professor, an American professor, and it is John Kabat-Zinn or John Kabat-Zinn, and he says you can't control the waves, but you can learn how to surf. So it's about you're not going to control your environment, but you're going to control sort of how you show up in that environment.
I think a very important thing is the preparation leading up to the stressful moment,
Yeah,
because that can give you all of the tools that you need to be able to control what you can in the moment,
exactly.
right? So beforehand, if you can like start thinking of like, how can I do breath work and how can I do mindfulness work and how can maybe I want to go do some yoga and I'm going to work out and I'm going to take a walk and maybe I'll talk to someone about the stress that I'm already starting to feel
Right.
so that when you get into the moment and you're about to present and your heart is thumping, boom, 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 boom. You already know, okay, wait, no, I can do this mindfulness exercise that I've done 1,000 times,
Yeah.
and I know it calms me down and it can put me into a better situation because I can control bringing my heart rate down and
Yeah.
I can control my breathing. I can't control if someone's going to laugh at my jokes or enjoy my presentation, but I can control how I prepare and show up with the correct tools to help me succeed as best as possible.
Right. That is a good point. You can't
Yeah.
control the situation, but you can control how you can control how you show up to that situation.